It's the lowest place on Earth, but exploring the Dead Sea is indeed an elevating experience. The Israeli Antiquities Authority completed another round of excavations at the Murbat cave in the Judean Desert as part of a long project led by the Theft Prevention Unit.
In
the last 5 years, we're checking every cave here, even the smallest ones. The Murbat cave is known to the academic arena from the 1950s. We found here a collection of papyrus from the Bar Kokhba revolt era. This cave suffered for years from antiquities looting. Once we entered the cave, we found remains of looting from different eras. We found small pieces of ancient scrolls, some of them with ancient Hebrew and Greek letters. We sent it to the Dead Sea Scrolls Lab in Jerusalem for further examination and deciphering. Because of the fact that we are in the Judean Desert, a dry area, we can find many items which we can't find in the Judean hills in central Israel, like fabrics, shoes, and wood tools.
Some of the items here date back around 10,000 years, but the most interesting period of these caves is the Roman Empire era of the 1st century CE. In the late 1940s, the Dead Sea Scrolls were discovered, a collection of ancient manuscripts, including biblical texts and many others, which shed light on the Jewish sects of that time, perhaps even on early days of Christianity. This remarkable discovery still echoes in the caves of the Judean Desert, as the Antiquities Authority is in a race to find more scrolls and to save them from looters. Dozens of volunteers from Israel and abroad took part on this project, despite the heat and the dust.
I'm very busy and I volunteer in other places, but I found it very appealing to excavate and to find items which are linked to the Jewish heritage. Recently, we are beginning to understand the meaning of all these finds. We French people love Israel, and we are happy to contribute whenever we have the chance.
For generation upon generation, this area was known as a perfect refuge, located not far from major cities such as Jerusalem and Jericho, but still far enough from civilization and with limited access.
Here we find the same thing you would have taken if you had escaped to the desert for a week. Water, food, clothes, sometimes money. We find all of these things in this cave. But sometimes we find unique items which we can't explain, like this skewered pomegranate. I don't know what they tried to do here, but it's a cool item.
Minutes before we leave, the team finds another exciting item, a part of a stopper of a container which is thought to have contained an expensive liquid. The excavation season was called off for this year, but the quest to find more messages from the past continues in the Judean Desert.